This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Collapsed bridge forcing students to switch schools, says Phillips. Manchester North Western Member of Parliament Michael Phillips has blasted the government for playing politics with infrastructure, asserting that little to no attention is being directed to opposition-led constituency. Speaking at his constituency conference at the Mile Gully Primary School on Saturday, Phillips said the state of the country's infrastructure, with emphasis on schools, is the worst it has ever been. Phillips referenced a collapsed bridge in Troy, which he said has triggered a wave of transfers of primary and high school students to institutions in St. Elizabeth. Troy, a rural district bordering Manchester Northwestern and Trelawney Southern, is home to the more than 100-year-old bridge traversed by residents of Manchester, Trelawney, and St. Elizabeth. The bridge collapsed in August 2021 during the passage of Tropical Storm Grace. De facto Works Minister Everald Warmington said months ago that there was no money in the budget to fix the bridge earlier. Him say him can't give no promise, but in other places you see it in short order. Stop play politics with infrastructure, Phillips said of Warmington. He added, because we see neighboring MPs get over $100 million to spend in one financial year. Use all NWA money fix Parish Council Road, while others are fair try rub two stone. It's not fair. The government had announced that work to replace the bridge would commence in fiscal year 2022 to 2023. Speaking with the news following the event, Phillips chastised the government for turning a deaf ear to the people's plight. It can't take a year to respond to a broken bridge. The children are shifting schools. I fell going across that bridge, the lawmaker said. Teachers have been forced to travel an additional 15 miles because of the bridge collapse, said Phillips, with increased travel expenses eroding their incomes. According to the parliamentary representatives, some teachers have disclosed their desire to relocate. In his address at the meeting, Phillips said the PNP had long harbored the notion that there be a dedicated fund to cater to infrastructural development. That, he said, was no priority for the ruling Jamaica Labour Party. He slammed the performance of Prime Minister Andrew Holness, hinting that his presence at ribbon-cutting events and rollout of bypass roads was not sufficient evidence of sweeping infrastructural development compared to Holness's predecessor, Portia Simpson Miller. She fixed the economy, she fixed infrastructure, and to see a young man my age come and mash it up, said Phillips. Probably if the IMF never keep them in line, they would have mashed up the economy too, the three-term MP equipped further. Opposition ups ante on teacher migration crisis. Declaring that Education Minister Favour Williams' head remains in the sand, Opposition Member of Parliament for St. Andrews South Eastern, Julian Robinson, has said that it is time for the government to step in and address the unfolding teacher migration crisis. Robinson noted that this is the #1 issue facing the country only 2 weeks before the start of the new school year. The lawmaker said a consultation in his constituency revealed that almost 24 teachers have resigned from Campion College. He said teachers of science, 2 English, 1 math, and another for Spanish from a secondary institution, which he did not name, have resigned and are set to leave the island for teaching jobs overseas. Now I want to say to the government, take your head out of the sand. Stop behaving like nothing not going on. We have a crisis, and 2 weeks before school start, these principals cannot hire replacement teachers on time, Robinson charged at his constituency conference Sunday evening. Robinson said the education sector is facing nothing short of a crisis, noting that the only avenue for economic growth and for the goal of an inclusive, equitable society is through education. They are not taking entry-level teachers. They are taking teachers with a master's. They are taking the best, Robinson said, of recruiters. We need to recognize that we have a crisis and put a plan in place, he added. Robinson said the students who will suffer the most are those from poor households. Jamaica has a problem. It is compounded because we are going through a public sector salary compensation review, which nobody knows anything about, said Robinson. He said teachers are not clear what their salaries will be after the process and are not willing to stick around under a cloud of uncertainty. Robinson challenged the Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark to consult with and inform critical stakeholders about the review process to limit further fallout. The Member of Parliament said that while there are no easy solutions to fix the problem, Williams' strategy to ignore it will not make it go away. The principals are telling you. They are seeing it in their numbers, and the numbers will continue to get worse, said Robinson. Man under protection threatens a lawsuit alleging breach. A 51-year-old St. Andrew man who alerted the police to guns that gangsters had hidden in his yard says he is being removed from the witness protection program against his will. The man has also accused the case officers of breaching his rights after claiming that he was forcibly held and administered psychiatric drugs at a medical facility, although not diagnosed with medical challenges. His attorney Marcus Greenwood is taking steps to file a lawsuit against the state, arguing that the Ministry of National Security, which has a direct oversight of the program, has failed to honor its end of the agreement. Greenwood told the news that the claim is being brought against the state because the ministry has failed to respond to a letter of invitation for dialogue. The news emailed Courtney Williams, Permanent Secretary in the National Security Ministry, 2 days ago about the matter. However, he is yet to respond substantively, although he acknowledged the receipt. Efforts since that time to reach Williams have been unsuccessful. The witness, who will not be identified to protect his identity, has been in the program since 2020. In a news interview 2 weeks ago, he said what was promised to him upon signing a memorandum of understanding has not been fulfilled. He said the MOU included the condition that he would receive a monthly stipend in the region of $150,000 he earned previously as a construction worker. However, he said that he was given $20,000 monthly upon entering the program before his now deceased lawyer Ernest Smith lobbied for a $12,000 increase. For the past 2 months, he has received $36,000. Additionally, he said that he agreed to enter the program on the condition that he would be relocated overseas after the trial. But following a public dispute at a pharmacy in one of the parishes he was relocated to, he said his case officer told him that the court proceedings had ended and he would be released from the program. He said he was further informed that the main suspect was killed by the police last year. They said, "With people like these, you cannot remain in Jamaica. We're going to send you away when the trial is done," but they have done nothing to try and apprehend the people that put the gun there. How can the court be finished with a case that didn't even start, the man said. He told the news that prior to that disclosure, he was being treated for depression after he had to be relocated from the parish he was originally taken to because he was spotted twice. The witness said that a family member in the parish to which he was transferred had threatened him after he began working with the police. "My brother was there and he said I jeopardized the family and I put the family at risk. So anywhere he sees me, he's going to endanger my life. They put me in the parish that I did not want to be, and that is where I got a heart attack," he told the news. He said that the ministry informed him that it was an oversight. The man said that he was subsequently pulled from the parish but fell ill again where he was relocated because of water challenges. He said that he received the service only twice per week and that water from an installed tank had become contaminated. The witness said that after visiting a doctor, he was given a prescription to fill at a specified pharmacy under the program. But the pharmacist informed him, he said that she was not given any instruction to fill the prescription. "I was in pain and there was a lot of stuff coming out of me. I was behaving badly. A day after, I was told that I didn't have any manners and that I was weaned from the program," he said. The witness said following the incident, a medical team was called in and he was tied down and taken to a facility and given several injections. "Because I was seeing a psychiatrist, they said that I was mentally challenged, but I was seeing the doctor because I was depressed. I was in a parish that I was not supposed to be in," he said. Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang told the news that while the program has its challenges, it has worked well. Chang was asked if the ministry was doing enough to ensure that people who have provided the police with information are being properly cared for and protected, and whether there were plans to overhaul the program. "We have not lost anybody to the extent that we are comfortable that the program has been working well. The only people we have lost are people who have left the program or refused to go on the program. We know that in today's Jamaica, if you are given the first-person affidavit against the known criminals or killers, they take a major risk and can be killed. But the program itself has been pretty good in securing their members, he said. Chang added that in instances where cases are prolonged for a year or two, it can be disruptive to the lives of witnesses. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.